right, y'all. I just wanted to come on here and show y'all a few things that I found and a couple of things that I did before I take it apart. I've got it all screwed together here. It's fitting like if I welded it. It's all tight. Everything's together. There's no gaps. Got it fitting good on both sides. I went ahead and trimmed this out. I had a little piece of that angle that was hanging down here, trimmed it out. I made some little filler pieces back here where the angle stops and then this tail pan starts. The tail pan kind of swooped down at an angle and came back. So I made some little filler pieces in there just to fill that. And another thing, there's so many inconsistencies in this tail pan. You really got to watch yourself when you're putting it on. I said I had trouble with that side, not matching this side. Well, you can see here, this hole lines up, pretty good where they got the slot cut in there. There's about a 1/2 inch between this and the edge of the tail pan. This one up here, I had to cut it out myself. They didn't have one up here, and might need to trim it out just a little bit. But then you go to the other side on this thing, and I got this one. I had to shrink it in here to get this contour right. All right. After I got the contour right, got it in place, in line where it needed to be, the cutout here for the hole, for the bolt hole, is covered up. Well, you'll notice that there's probably 3/4 of an inch wider here than it is on the other side. And, I'm gonna have to kind of trim that up a little bit and then cut this out to expose that hole there. And then up here, they had put a notch in this panel up here, but they missed the hole. I'm gonna trim it out a little more. I had to cut it out myself. I'm gonna trim it back a little more. I went ahead and marked it, so I know to do that. But I've got everything marked, and I thought I'd show y'all this. I got these things cut out. I got the toolbox section trimmed out in there. I was able to cut it with the grinder down here on the bottom side, and then I took the reciprocating saw and went up both sides. Then I took a little 40 drill bit and drilled a series of holes around the top of it, and was able to take the little air saw that I got and go in there and finish cutting it out. And I got it done on both sides. And I went ahead and tack welded it to the toolbox section. Got it in place and tack welded it there so that I can take everything apart. And it'll be easier to weld. Let me see if I can show you all up under here. It'll be easier to weld this tail pan section around there, with it off, because of getting around the top edge up there. And but anyway, wherever I get it off and get all my holes drilled, my spot weld holes, and assemble it back together, put all the screws back in it, that's when I'll take this and I'll pull all these gaps out, and I'll go around and weld this in solid. And I used 19 gauge. I'll weld it in solid, then I can clean it up, and I'll have a nice little pocket there for the bumper bracket to come through. But it's gonna look real neat on the inside here. I'll have to trim the bottom side of these things and weld them, but for the most part, it's fitting pretty good, looks pretty good, kind of turned out like I wanted it to. All right, well, I got this thing cleaned out, everything except my gloves in there, and I'm I'm fixing to blow it apart, take it apart, drill all my holes, and hopefully this afternoon I'll weld this thing back in and I'll be done with all that. And then I guess I need to probably clean off that table there. What y'all think? Yeah, probably do. Probably need to. So I'll probably do that, get all that straightened up, because I don't know, it just gets in a mess like that. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Okay, y'all, it's Red Randy back. I got this thing located, took it apart, drilled all my holes, all my spot weld holes, trimmed everything that I was talking about, like these holes here, to expose them so I can mount the fenders. Got all this side welded up, drilled all my spot weld holes, ground it down, everything. Got these welded around here. Got that all boxed in on both sides. I haven't welded this up here yet. I kind of wanted to wait on that and work with it a little more and maybe try to get the transition a little better, a little smoother, because I probably won't put lead back in it. It'll probably be body filler. I'll weld it and then skim a coat of body filler over it. And I don't want the body filler to be real thick. So I'm just waiting on that. I'll probably body work that some more, hammer and dolly it out and try to get it as smooth as I can. They had it dipped in pretty good and had about a 1/4 inch of lead in there, but I don't want to do that with body filler. That's just too thick. But got everything welded, got the bottom here, all that, the toolbox section and tail pan, got it welded along here. I'm still probably going to trim this tail pan where it sticks out a little bit. I'll probably trim it off some, make it look a little cleaner up under there. But anyway, let me let this lift down and I'll show y'all inside the trunk. I'm glad to have that behind me, and thank God for grinders. I hate grinding, but that welding up over your head like that, it's pretty challenging and aggravating. But anyway, I got through it. I got it done. I'll show y'all the inside of the trunk and what that looks like. I'll let this thing up. I can do it with one hand. There we go. Okay. See, I got it all welded up nice and pulled up tight. My seam, got along the sides, everything welded. Got that all welded in on both sides. So still got a I forgot to show you all this, but right here on the edge on this corner, I think I'm just gonna cut a little piece and put it in here and weld that up. That's a pretty big hole right there. A little piece of metal. I can probably weld this crack here, weld that along there. But this right here is a pretty big hole. I'll probably just make a piece, a little triangle-like piece to go to kind of cover that, weld it along this edge and along that edge, and do that on both sides, and that'll look clean, look neat. But you see the way I got it, all the spot welds under here, all along the edge, up in there. Got them on both sides, got it all done. Looks pretty good. But I'm glad to have that behind me, have that done. And I've also got a workbench cleaned off, except for the corner there. That's just some scrap pieces of metal. I kind of hang on to pieces that are of any size, because when you're doing a project like this, you can always reach over there and grab a small piece if you need it. If you throw it away, then you got to cut it out of a big piece to get what you need. And this right here, this is old. I put a blade on a backhoe for a friend of mine, and he couldn't find the exact blade for his backhoe, and they sold him a different one, but I cut this off of it and made it work for him. And that's a good thick piece of steel. It's probably 5/8 an inch thick. Comes in handy when you want to, bend something or beat on something. Of course, I got the anvil over there too. Comes in handy, these old big pieces, thick pieces of metal like that. Yep. All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video on this 39 for right now. The next video I do will be on the 55. I'll get it out from back there. I'll go over it, do a walk around and show you what I've done so far and how I got to this point, and show you the differences between a 4-door and a 2-door. But anyway, that'll be my next video. I'll get started on that, but I'm still going to work on this 39. There's still that I need to do that I couldn't get to on the frame. I'll have to lift it off the frame, but I'll be working on both of these in the future. This 55, I got it, so much done to it, and I want to go ahead and finish it. I want to go ahead and see the metal work and everything finished on it. But anyway, y'all give me a like, leave me a comment, let me know what you think. I enjoy reading the comments. But hit the subscribe button, and you'll get a notification whenever I put on a new video. I'm gonna try to do one at least every week. And anyway, I appreciate y'all, and we'll see y'all next time.